Welcome to the Get Digital Marketing Results podcast, where we give you information and actionable tips to grow your organization.
Hi, I'm Bob Clark.
And I'm Donna Body. We're with DeloSync, and we make the web work for you. In today's Tech News Tuesday, we're talking about a few steps that you should take to make sure that you own and control and don't lose access to your online presence. It's your online front door. I'm sure that you may know someone this has happened to, or it might have been happened to you. We hear about it all the time. People lose access. Let's say their Facebook was hacked, and now all of a sudden they can't get into their business page or their ads account, or they have a great YouTube channel that nobody has access to anymore, and you can't figure out how to get into it.
That's right, Donna. You want to make sure that you own it all and that you have access to it. You know, we've created a great checklist for you that you can download. But in today's podcast, we're just going to go over 5 key areas where you should know what you need to do to log in, that you have the correct email to log in, and that you're the owner, and that you give access to whoever else needs it.
That's right. You don't want it to be the other way around, where someone else owns it and you only have limited access. So, in terms of the 5 areas that need attention, the first one of these is super important. It is how to log in to your domain registrar. Your domain name is actually separate from where you host your website or host your email. They're 3 different things, but they might all be in the same place or in different places. But the domain registration is where you sign up to reserve your use of the domain name. We just recently had someone contact us where they were unable to verify their domain because the original email on it was not in use any longer. So they actually lost complete access to their website and email because it's now an unverified domain. And they have been going back and forth for months on how to get it back. So at the registrar for your domain, make sure you know how to log in, know when it expires, and don't make the main email on your domain account the email at your domain, because if you ever lose access to your domain, you use access to that email as well. So make sure you have a backup email on that. Now, the second thing is to make sure that for your domain email, which is the email at your domain address, not a Gmail or a Yahoo, but your website name, you have access to manage and control that and can add new users or delete users. You should be an administrator on that. And the third area is your website. So where is your website hosted? It may or may not be with the domain. Do you have access to it? Can you get in there to make any changes? Do you have full control over it? And who else has access? It's a good idea to make sure that there's more than one account with access in case something goes wrong. But for security purposes, make sure you delete those old accounts of people you've given access to a while ago.
Don't forget about Google. You know, you got to have a Google account that you can log into, and it's the same account that you're going to use on your Google business profile and on your Google Analytics, your Google Search Console, your Google Ads, and even your YouTube channel. So who has access to all those things on Google? Make sure that you have the access. Make sure that you can set up managers for that if you need to. But you also want to have a backup email for someone on your staff so that more than one person has access to all this.
A lot of times these Google services were set up with different times with different accounts. Consolidate them all into one, because you can change the owner, make sure that it is you, and again, have a backup in there. The 5th area is Meta's tools. Facebook, Instagram, and Meta also has something called your Meta Business Suite or your Business Manager. So make sure that you have more than one email account on this as well. If you remember that your Facebook personal profile controls the business manager. So if for some reason a personal profile gets hacked or shut down, you need to make sure that someone else actually has access to the business information. We spent months with a client of ours trying to get back access to their Facebook page and their Instagram page because the person that set it up for them had their Facebook account shut down. And because that account was shut down and nobody else had access or ownership of it, we had to send all kinds of documents. And it was a really long process, even just trying to get through to someone at Facebook to address this. So a little bit of prevention to avoid that.
The other thing, Donna, to keep in mind about is the review sites that you may be on. You want to check with either your social channels for reviews or review sites that you can use, and have you claim those on sites like Yelp and TripAdvisor. And do you have access to them? This is so important because you want to be able to respond and update current information about your business and respond to any reviews you have as well.
So take a couple minutes, download that checklist, gather up from all the dusty corners where the logon information is, and make sure that you have access and you've gotten rid of any of the old things that don't belong on there from a security point of view. And it's going to make it easier for you to know what you have as you try to market your business more effectively. It starts knowing with what you already have and expands from there.
And that's it for today's episode. You can find some links on this topic, including that checklist, at delosinc.com/episode 302. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on our actionable digital marketing tips to grow your organization.